All right, here's a full beginner's guide on how to do a serve. And after the end of this whole tutorial, you'll know exactly how to do a serve. And this is just gonna take one session. Maybe you'll go out on the court for 1-2 hours, and afterwards you should have no problem. So let's start off here with the grip. You need to have the right grip to be able to do the serve. So a lot of beginners, they'll use their forehand grip, kind of grab it like this, and they'll face the net and they'll try to hit the ball like that. This is how they'll try to do the serve. They'll try to face the net, hit it forward. That makes the most amount of sense because it's the easiest. You know where the ball's gonna go. But in tennis, we actually want to do the swing a little bit differently. We want to do it like you're throwing a ball, right? You wouldn't go like this and throw a ball like that. You wouldn't face where you want to throw the ball. You would turn away and you would wind up and then throw it, because that's how you would get a lot more speed. So the same thing in tennis. So imagine, this is the first drill you can do, is take a ball, and you can stand up quite a bit further. You can stand up right here and just practice. Line your feet up towards the side fence, have your left shoulder facing the net, and just get the ball here and just try to throw it in the box. That's essentially how you would want to throw. Same as if you were throwing in baseball. I'm no baseball player, but I see them go like this, and then they throw like that, right? So a similar thing in tennis. And then we just incorporate a racket. It's a little more complex from there, but that's the basic throwing motion. So to do that, we need a special grip. So here's the grip. If you see on the tennis racket, see if this can focus. There we go. So see the top there? That would be bevel number 1, and then you count clockwise. So bevel number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then back to number 1. So there's 8 bevels, if you see that there. So how you can get the serving grip is you want to take your hand, keep the racket like this, vertical, and basically grab it on top. So you see the V of your hand? You want to go like that. Grab it on top. A lot of people say it's like you're holding the racket and it's like you're shaking someone's hand, like that. Shaking someone's hand, kinda. If you want to get a bit more technical, you want to line up your index finger knuckle and the heel of your hand, and you want to line that up. Let me get this a little closer here so I'm not so much in the shadow. Okay, you want to line up your index finger knuckle right here. That's what that is. And the heel of your hand here with bevel number 2, basically. I like to go between bevel number 1, which is the flat one on top, and bevel number 2. So how I do it is I see the grip there. I would put my index finger knuckle there between 1 and 2, and then I put the heel of my hand there, boom, grab it, and then slide it down. Now you have your grip. This is a great grip. This is the grip I use. Yes, you can adjust it slightly one way. Some people adjust it slightly the other way, making it a bit flatter. So if you turn it clockwise, it'll make it more of a slice grip. If you turn it the other way, it'll make it more of a flat forehand grip. Does that make sense? So what you can do, just make it easier, hold it out in front and kind of put the V of your hand like on top. If you put it right on top, that's pretty good. And if you slide it down, that's not bad. That's a pretty good grip. Now, the one thing to remember is you don't want to hold your racket like this. So when I said the V right here, here, V of the hand, right up top, and then grab, but you don't want to hold it like this, like a hammer. You want to fan out your fingers. This is something I do automatically because I've played for a while, and it's something you might need to remind yourself of This is how it looks here. The index finger is gonna be slightly up, and your fingers are like fanned out a little bit. I bunch up these fingers a little bit. It's just the top one is usually out. Like, but if I get my grip, I hold mine pretty far down because it keeps my wrist loose. This is exactly how I hold it. Like if I let go, grab it, this is my grip. You have a look there, okay? No cap, that's literally my grip. I could serve with this, okay? So we have the grip and we know how to throw the ball. Let me just make sure, yeah, I'm recording. Okay, so we have the grip, we know how to do it. Let's just get into our stance now. So what I might do is just point this down a little bit. It's a little too high up. Okay. So let's get into our stance now. Like, where do you stand for the serve? What do you do here? So, like we talked about earlier, you want your feet facing the side fence. You want your left shoulder facing forward, facing the net. Okay, great. But now with the feet, we actually want to stagger them a little bit. So the the back foot, you want it basically in line with the front foot heel. See this here? Not parallel. You want the right toe here in line with your left heel. This is the correct stance. Me personally, on the deuce side, this is the deuce side. This is the ad side. Okay, so we're on the deuce side right now. I like to, on the deuce side, angle my front foot a little bit forward. I don't like my front foot parallel with the baseline. I'd actually do that on the ad side. But here, I angle it a little bit forwards, and that actually makes my back foot parallel with the baseline on the deuce side. Now we have the feet position, and let's go over, I guess, the rest of the footwork here. So just focusing on the footwork, there's two things that people often do. They may do a pinpoint stance where they get on both, they bring their right foot up to their other foot as they're in their trophy position. And other people, like Nadal does that. Nadal, here. I've done both in the past, and right now I'm doing a pinpoint stance. You can do either a pinpoint or a platform stance. So a platform stance, Federer does this. They're both fine. It really doesn't matter. Whatever feels most comfortable to you, okay? So we have the footwork here. Move this out of the way. All right, and that's basically it with the footwork. It's really pretty simple. The only other thing to remember on the footwork would be to land on your front foot inside the court. So here, okay, see I landed on my left foot inside the court. That was a pinpoint stance. Let's do a platform stance. Same thing, land on my left foot inside the court. So let's go over next the rhythm. And that's something really important that a lot of people might mess up, is the rhythm here. So to start off, you have all your weight on your front foot. You're kind of bouncing the ball. You're making sure you're behind the baseline. You can't touch the baseline. Then your weight will shift backwards onto your back leg. Your front foot usually comes up when you do that. From there, yeah, and this is also the time where you bring your racket back. So this would be number one, where all your weight's forward, racket's forward. Number two, you bring your racket back a little bit here. And then this third one here is, as you come back forward, this arm goes back and the ball starts coming up. That's why it was important to bring your racket back. So here's number one. You could try doing it with me. Number two, a lot of people hang out here for a bit. Some people don't, some people do. Totally fine either way. And then as you start coming back forward, the ball goes up. But remember to stay low. This is a mistake a lot of people make, is There'll be a number 2 here, and as they toss the ball, they'll go up. So they'll try to do this. They'll try to 1, 2, and they'll straighten their legs. You want to do the opposite. You want to go down on your knees as you toss the ball. Otherwise, your rhythm's going to be all off. So 1, 2, toss the ball, go down on your knees. Practice that. So you're number 2 here. To go into 3 or trophy position, you want to toss the ball, go down on your knees. So you don't even need to worry about this arm right now. So toss the ball, down your knees. Toss the ball, down your knees. Now you can incorporate the arm here. So all you do with the arm is you bring it back and up. Here, back and up. All right, so this is position 1, position 2, position 3. And that's your trophy position. If you look at trophies in tennis, most of the time they have someone serving in the trophy position. That's why, I think that's why it's called that. I don't know. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I guess 4 is a little tricky here. Probably the trickiest part. So what do you really do with your racket here? I guess the whole setup's very important, but when you're in your trophy position, you wanna make sure your strings are facing the fence a little bit, not quite, like you're not here, because it's a deuce side serve. If you were over here, yeah, the strings would pretty much be facing the side fence. But basically, you can think about having the strings facing your head, and that should help. So keep it close to your head here, and then come up. So you're going down with your elbow, and then up and out. And you're making contact point up high here. And it was important to have our positioning correct at first, because remember I said the left shoulder should be facing the net? Well, that was important because our contact point is up here with our continental grip, and our left shoulder is still facing forward. If my chest was open to the net, this really wouldn't work, because now my strings are facing the side fence. They're not facing forwards. So it kind of all comes together, the positioning and then the grip. So what I would recommend is actually to learn a topspin serve first. When I was taught back in the days, they said, oh, you're too young, topspin serve's too advanced. I actually disagree. I think it's the easiest serve to get in. It may not be the easiest serve to do, but no part of serving is easy. So why would you learn a flat serve, like that? That's way harder to get in than a topspin serve that, since you have spin, it goes in a lot more. So let's focus on that. Let's just focus on the topspin serve first. What you want to do for the topspin serve is really exaggerate the up and out. And so your racket's going to go from this side over to this side before it comes down and you follow through across your body. So you're basically going to hit the ball a bit more above your head than you would a flat serve or a slice serve. Flat serve or slice serve, you want to hit it above your right shoulder. A topspin serve, you want to hit like right above your head or even over your left shoulder. I'll show you a topspin serve here. And we can compare that with a flat serve that I would toss way over my right shoulder, because it's a safer position and it's easier to get a lot more power if you're here versus if you're over here. The only reason we're tossing it, behind our head, behind us, is because it makes it easier for us to go up and out like that. And you can practice it by being here and going up and out like that. You can aim for the box if you want. Yeah. And that's how you're gonna do it. If you have a Topspin Pro, I'll show you here. If you have a Topspin Pro, one of these, if you're a beginner, get one of these. Or if you're taking lessons, I think it's imperative, it's super important that your teacher has one of these to teach you, because you can learn strokes so much easier. But basically, you just hold this up here. You see it? Here, hold this up here, and you can practice going like that. You know, you can practice your swing, boom, oops. And you can practice your swing and have someone else hold it. It's a little bit harder if I'm holding it, so I probably would just do this if I was holding it. That's basically the position you want the ball to spin, is a little bit angled like this. Not like this, not like this. You're hitting up and out. So this kind of makes sense. Okay? But yeah, if you have a Topspin Pro, great. Use that. Let's see what else there is on the serve. I mean, we talked about the follow through, right? It doesn't matter what kind of serve you're doing. Flat serve. The follow through here. So flat serve, follow through here, topspin serve, you know, follow through, same side. And that's really it. That's really it. If you're on the fence and you're like, well, I don't want to bother, this is too hard. Let me just do my forehand grip and do my forehand serve like this. It goes in, don't it? No, you're not going to get to high levels with that. You need to learn to use the real grip with the real motion, because that's how you'll be able to hit the hardest. No one's going to be able to hit a hard, fast serve like this. Your level will be capped. So I really recommend learn how to do the serve right, even if it takes tons of time. You know, I took a little time for fun to learn how to serve on the left. Not great. But it just goes to show you, like, put in the time, it's worth it. Don't even bother with the forehand grip serve. Let me know if I missed anything or if there's anything you want me to cover here. But if you followed all of this, you can go back, watch through it all, and you'll be able to serve. It doesn't matter what side. On the ad side here, all you need to do is change your foot position slightly. So have your front foot now be parallel with the baseline. So straight with the baseline, that's it. And this foot turns out a little bit just automatically, that's it. Now you can serve over here. You know, that was a flat serve, and here's a topspin serve. Don't even worry about slice serves. That's really advanced. Actually, the slice serve is the advanced one. Learn the topspin serve, go up and out, get spin on it. If you see the ball spinning forwards like this, or gyroing sideways and forwards, that's correct. Spin, spin, spin. That's what'll make you consistent. And that's what'll really get you out of that beginner league. You know, if you're 3-0, 3-5, 4-0. Once you start getting into the 4-5, definitely at the 5-0, everyone can do a topspin serve. Maybe 4-5, they might struggle. They know how to do it, but they might not do it too well. But you, even at the beginner level, will be doing a topspin serve, and people won't know what to do. And remember, when you toss it, the further you toss it behind you, the easier it's going to be for you to hit a topspin serve. If you toss it over your right shoulder, it's going to be basically impossible. Why? Because you're hitting up and out. So if it's already here, how are you supposed to hit up and out? Not really possible. All right, well, let me know if I should cover anything else, and go out and practice this. Take it easy.